Our special in-depth reports Down Under with Ed Filmer conclude tonight with the end of the solar car race across the outback of Australia. Ed went to the World Solar Car Challenge with the University of Missouri Rolla solar car team. It took them 7.5 days to drive the 2,000-mile route across the desert, and even before the race ended for them, it was over for others.
You know, Rolla went into this race not expecting to win, but just hoping maybe they could win. However, other solar cars in the Solar Car Challenge were much faster.
It seemed kind of like a disappointment.
Dawn on the last day of racing through the Australian outback. Reality had set in.
We knew coming into it that we weren't going to win.
The winner of the World Solar Challenge car race had crossed the finish line 2 days before.
It's just the reality kind of hits us.
As student engineers, even before they came to Australia, they had calculated that their solar car could not possibly keep up with the others. The winners were exotic, expensive cars designed especially to cross Australia.
What's the mood of the team right now?
I think it's a little disappointing, but hopefully tonight, after the sun goes down, we can kind of kick back and relax a little bit, and I don't know, kind of ease the tensions.
The cheers for their victory the summer before were still fresh in their minds. They won Sun Race 99, the American solar car race. And the University of Missouri at Rolla was so proud of the team, the administration encouraged them to go to the World Solar Challenge in Australia, the World Series of solar car racing. But the rules for the race across the outback of Australia were different. The World Solar Challenge race allowed for stronger, more expensive batteries and solar cells, but the Rolla team did not have the time or money to upgrade their solar car before the race began.
We didn't have time. We weren't anticipating coming here at all.
As the Rolla team set out to finish this year's World Solar Challenge, they considered what they'd accomplished.
I was prepared for much worse.
I never would have learned all the stuff I have sitting at home doing schoolwork.
I was pretty much surprised how smoothly it went.
We've learned a lot about solar cars, looking at all these other solar cars and all the things that the other teams have accomplished. And we've learned a lot about how to pull together a trip to Australia. Guys who are going to be around to send the next car on its way are going to have a lot easier time with it.
The finish line in Adelaide.
Take your time, get the driver out. Well done.
Nathan Russ of Springfield in the driver's seat for the final day of the race. Nathan and others in the Rolla Solar Car race team had already started planning their next car. They say they'll be back for the next race across the outback in 2001.
Well done, anyway.
Hours after the race, at a beach where they camped after so many days of desert and heat, Nathan Russ shared his vision, the shape of a solar car for their future.
What I've learned is that there's never a problem you can't solve, and failure is not an option.
People on the team are excited about what we're going to do in 2001, and I have a lot of faith. Some parts of me really expects to see us winning in 2001. These guys are really willing to put in the work and really have the brains and the knowledge to pull off something great.
I'm going to come back in 2 years, definitely. It's a lot of fun, a rush of racing the solar cars, and that's something you don't get doing anything else.
Rolla came in third place in their class of car. They're 22nd overall in a field of 40. A few cars had to be hauled out of the outback. A car from Australia won the grand prize, a trophy. That team had been trying to win for 12 years. Rolla plans to build a new solar car and go back in 2001.
And with that kind of focus, I can see them coming back. But what a respectable showing.
Yes, they did quite well. And the race is quite popular in Australia. It's on network television every night, and a lot of people turn out to watch.
So it does get attention.
Yes.
And is there a hope that this is going to turn into a very practical vehicle for us someday?
The hope is that a hybrid of this kind of a car, this is like an Indy car, this is like a race car,
Sure.
but something like this will be on the market soon, especially in developing nations like China, where they're looking for new ways to get around without gasoline.
Ed, thanks very much for taking us on this adventure.
You're quite welcome.
It's been wonderful. Thanks again.